to approve our agenda?
Move to approve.
Second.
Moved by Alder Brunette, seconded by Alder Gerlach. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we have an agenda. I'll take a motion to approve our minutes from our last meeting.
Move to approve.
Second.
Moved by Alder Brunette, seconded by Alder Weary. Any problems with the minutes? Or the seconds? The nanoseconds? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, our minutes from our last meeting were approved. And as soon as I get the thumbs up from Jane, we'll go on to regular business. Okay, regular business. Consideration with possible action on approving the request by Downtown Green Bay, Inc., allowing them to fund and install a holiday light display at City Deck. Staff?
All right, thank you. So Downtown Green Bay, Inc. actually contacted the city of Green Bay and requested permission to install holiday light display on City Deck. If approved, this display would be up from mid-November through mid-January. So Downtown Green Bay is proposing to fund the light rentals and hire a company to install and take down the light display. They are proposing lighting for 19 trees, install a 12 by 10 foot walk through ornament, so a large ornament that people can actually walk through, and install 10 overhead light up snowflakes. So the total cost for the trees and the walk-through ornament is $17,526. The total cost for the snowflakes is $6,108. So they are proposing to fund this through sponsorships and donations. The snowflakes would be installed if they receive enough sponsorship funding. So if they don't receive enough sponsorship funding, they would not add the snowflakes, or they'd add as many as they can, due to the based on the donations they get. The snowflakes would only be installed, like I said, if they receive enough funding. The city will allow a sponsorship sign on site throughout the duration of the light display. Staff will work with Downtown Green Bay, Inc. to ensure this sign meets our standard donor signage recommendations. So the only cost that the city would incur is the cost of the electric. Because all the lighting will be LED lights, the electrical cost should be minimal. The company provided us with an estimate that they thought the total electric cost would be around $150 over the 3-month period, and there is enough money in our budget to allow for this additional expense. So both Downtown Green Bay, Inc. and the selected vendor installing lights will have to sign a hold harmless agreement. The law department is currently drafting these agreements, and of course the Parks Department is very excited to team up with Downtown Green Bay, Inc. on this project, and to welcome the holiday, help welcome the holiday addition to the downtown and create a nice positive atmosphere downtown for people to come and enjoy. There is, I wanted to mention, there is somebody from Downtown Green Bay on the call, Sally, today.
Does anyone have any questions for Downtown Inc. or for staff, or we ready to move on this, or discussion?
Oh, yes, this looks beautiful and wonderful. And what, for a tiny bit of money, I would move to approve.
Motion
Second.
to approve by Alder Gerlach, seconded by Alder Brunette. Just to let you know, if you need a snowflake cheap, I call it snowflake, you need me cheap.
We all agree on that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this is a bright idea. So,
Oh, gee.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay.
Looks great, but I hope you get all your funding so you can do the whole thing. It looks wonderful.
Yep. Thank you. Did I mention that was motioned by Alder Gerlach and seconded by Alder Burnett? We're all set for item number 2 then, James?
Good to go.
Okay, item number 2. Consideration with possible action on the staff request for pre-approval of the award of the purchase of playground equipment at Baird Park and Old Preble Neighborhood Park. Staff?
So if you recall, back in 2015, the Parks Department bonded $80,000 to install new playground equipment at Baird Park / school. After funding the playground, discussions started with the Green Bay Area School District about the need to build a new Baird Elementary School. The Parks Department and the school district came to an agreement that involved the reallocation of park and school district property lines to accommodate this new school. This meant that the existing playground equipment had to be removed where it previously had been at the old school. The school district installed a new playground on school property with the development of the new building, but this equipment can only be accessed by the students of the school during school hours. The playground is only open to the public outside of school hours. Therefore, there is still a need to accommodate the 2 to 5 year old age range with playground equipment that can be used during those school hours. So back on October 9th, 2019, the Park Committee approved using this existing funding to install a tot playground at Baird Park near the tennis courts. Also in 2020, the Park Department received $80,000 in community development grant funding to replace the outdated playground equipment at Old Preble Neighborhood Park. This playground is planned to be relocated from its current location to the west end of the park. The total budget for the equipment purchase is $42,000 at Baird Park and $66,500 at Old Preble Neighborhood Park. The remaining funding will be used for installation costs associated with the playground, such as concrete footing, timber edging, wood chips, and ADA accessible paths into the playground. Additionally, stormwater management will need to be implemented at Baird Park as part of the new development. A request for proposals was issued to various playground companies on September 9, 2020 to purchase the playground equipment for both parks. The project proposals were received yesterday on October 13th. The proposals for the Old Preble Neighborhood Park have also been passed on to the Old Preble Neighborhood Association for review. Their input will be considered when park staff evaluates the equipment. There is currently not an active neighborhood association within the Baird Park territory. Each vendor was asked to submit one proposal for each playground, but had the option of proposing 2 proposals per playground if they chose. The purchasing department will facilitate a final evaluation on October 19th of the equipment proposed by a playground selection committee. The committee will be made up of four park staff members. The outcome of the evaluation will determine which vendor staff would like to award the award to. Staff is requesting pre-approval of the purchase of this equipment because the funding for the Old Preble Neighborhood Park is from Community Development Block Grant funding. So this funding needs to be spent prior to December 1st. If we cannot meet this deadline, the planning department may have to find an alternative project to fund that can meet the deadline. The only way for the Parks Department to meet this deadline is for the Parks Committee to award the purchase of the playground equipment today. If approved, the order will be placed on October 20th, the day after the Playground Selection Committee, selects which playgrounds would go through and be approved. This would allow enough time for the playgrounds to be delivered to the park shop by November 25th, 2020, and we could pay the invoice by December 1st of 2020 in order to meet this timeline. So that's why we're coming to you today to award the purchase of playground equipment. I know it's not necessarily the process we always would like to follow, but in this situation, we're looking for pre-approval.
Any questions for staff? Any discussion?
A question, or Lynn, and then.
Question, Alder Weary?
I don't have a
Thank
question. You go ahead.
Okay.
you, Mr. Chairman. James, I don't remember in the past there being a big difference in some of the bids, right? And usually it's pretty competitive.
Typically it's pretty competitive, and of course they submit their bids with that price range in mind, so they're not gonna submit a bid that's over that price range because they won't get selected then.
So I mean I'm fine with this. I don't have any other questions. Thanks.
Alder Gerlach?
I was just going to say that I did get to see all of the proposals for Old Preble Neighborhood Park this afternoon. And there were 5 different companies that submitted proposals, and some submitted 2 proposals. And it's all just beautiful and fabulous. And I'm just thrilled with the whole thing. So I am very much in favor of this.
They weren't playing. They were real.
Yeah.
for playground equipment, I would think, well, never mind. I'm going to let it go. Let's go. I'll take a motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Alder Weary.
Second?
Seconded by Alder Gerlach. Last call for discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes unanimously. And then we're on to informational, the director's report. We've got a lot of info in there, a lot of good stuff. Anybody have any questions or comments they care to make?
One thing real quick that I wanted to mention that wasn't in there, I wanted to give a shout out to our admin staff who have really been working hard on a transition. So they've been working for a number of months on an upgrade to our reservation and our point of sale system. So that'll be bringing a new way of allowing our residents to sign up for our programs, rentals, activities, as well as paying like admission or buying a snack at one of our concession stands when they go to our facilities like pools or Bay Beach. So we needed this upgrade, and now it'll be all cloud-based. So it's been a big process to transition that over. I just wanted to give them, that wasn't part of the director's report, I think, but they just started that this week, and it's been going really well. But it's been a lot of work, so definitely wanted to throw a kudos out to them too.
No, thanks. And kudos to them, yep. Motion to receive and place on file.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Alder Gerlach, seconded by Alder Brunette. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. Then it's just our next meeting, November 4th, 2020. And motion to adjourn.
And may I ask, will we wait till 6 to do our INS meeting? Yes?
Yeah.
No, Steve is over here saying 5 minutes if that's okay.
Is that okay since it was noticed for 6? Is that all right to do it earlier? Does it say or immediately following? I just want to make sure somebody doesn't miss us. I know, Randy, you have somebody tuning in.
Let's not mess that up.
Oh, yeah.
For the 10th.
So the agenda was amended to say immediately following park committee, which it says the park committee begins at 5 p.m. So it was
Okay.
amended to state that.
So then, if necessary, we could move the agenda around to make sure that the person who's going to come and will have a chance later on.
Yes, Steve has given me the yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if it's all right, why don't we shoot for 5:30 then? That'll just give a couple minute break there. And
That sounds good.
Sounds
All right.
good.
So, did someone give me a motion to adjourn?
I can't remember.
I don't think we adjourned.
Let's do it again.
Okay, let's do it again. Motion?
Move to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn by Alder Burnett.
Second.
Seconded by Alder Weary. All in favor?
Aye.
Bye. See you soon.
Right.
Aye.